Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on something we all have, but maybe don't fully understand. We're diving deep into the secret life of body fat.
All right, to get started, let's hear from our main character. This little poem, written from the perspective of cholesterol, actually comes from a biochemistry textbook. And you know what? It just perfectly captures the whole drama. Cholesterol is essential, it's super complicated, and yeah, it gets blamed for pretty much everything.
So that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Is fat and its famous partner cholesterol a friend we absolutely need for survival, or is it a foe that we should be fighting? Well, let's find out. Okay, first things first. To really get this, we have to understand why our bodies evolved to love fat so much. From an evolutionary point of view, fat is, without a doubt, the perfect fuel. I mean, just look at the sheer efficiency here. On the left, you've got your carbs, stored as something called glycogen. They give you about 4 calories per gram. But here's the kicker. For every single gram of glycogen, your body has to store 2 grams of water right along with it. Now look at the right. That's fat. It's more than twice as dense with energy. We're talking 9 calories per gram. And it's stored completely pure. No water attached. So here's the bottom line, and it's a big one. When you factor in all that water weight, a gram of stored fat gives you nearly 6 times as much energy as a gram of stored glycogen. Think about that. If we stored all our energy as glycogen, we'd literally be carrying around an extra 50 kilograms. Evolution definitely knew what it was doing when it picked fat. Okay, so fat is this amazing fuel source, right? But there's a catch. A huge logistical problem, actually. It's kind of like having barrels of oil that you need to somehow move down a river. And that's the fundamental issue right there. Fats, or lipids, are hydrophobic. That just means they repel water. And our blood, well, it's mostly water. So how on earth does the body solve this puzzle? Well, it gets clevered. It builds these incredible little molecular machines called lipoproteins. The easiest way to think about them, they're the body's own fleet of delivery trucks. They pack all the fatty cargo safely on the inside and have a water-friendly protein shell on the outside, which lets them cruise right through the bloodstream, no problem. Okay, so let's talk about the most famous passenger riding in these delivery trucks, cholesterol. It has such a bad reputation, so let's just set the record straight right now. Cholesterol is not the bad guy, not at all. In fact, you literally cannot live without it. It's a crucial building block for every single cell membrane in your body. Plus, it's the starting point for essential things like vitamin D and hormones like cortisol and testosterone. It's pretty important stuff. So let's meet the different kinds of delivery trucks. First up, you have LDL, which stands for low-density lipoprotein. Its job is really simple. It's the delivery service. It takes those essential cholesterol packages from the liver and drops them off to all the cells and tissues that need them. And then you've got HDL, or high-density lipoprotein. Think of this one as the cleanup crew. Its job is to drive around to all the tissues, pick up any extra leftover cholesterol, and haul it back to the liver to be recycled or thrown out. It's a really brilliant, balanced system. So what happens when this beautifully tuned system gets pushed to the absolute limit, say during a period of starvation? Well, the body has this incredible backup plan. Let's set the scene. Imagine the body's main, easy-to-use fuel, glucose, is just gone. The carb reserves are totally empty. The body needs a new energy source, and it needs it fast, especially for a very hungry organ, the brain. This is where a process called ketogenesis kicks in. The body starts breaking down its fat stores for energy. But here's the problem. The brain can't use those fatty acids directly. So the liver does something absolutely brilliant. It takes those fats and converts them into these water-soluble molecules called ketones. These little guys can cross the blood-brain barrier and can actually provide up to 70% of the brain's energy. It is a life-saving survival mechanism. So we have this elegant, sophisticated system that was designed for times of scarcity and survival. But what happens when we flip the script completely and put it in a world of chronic excess? Well, this is what happens when that system just gets totally overloaded. If you have high LDL cholesterol, it's like having way too many delivery trucks on the highway, which increases the chance of accidents and spills in your artery walls. A fatty liver? That means the main processing center is just completely swamped with work. And atherosclerosis? Well, that's the end result. Massive traffic jams of cholesterol and junk building up inside your arteries. So when you step back and look at the big picture, what we have is a truly remarkable system. It's ancient, it's incredibly efficient, and it was perfectly designed to help our ancestors survive famine by storing energy like an absolute pro. But, and this is the crucial part, that ancient system is now trying to operate in a modern world of constant, endless abundance. It's an environment it just never evolved for. The very same tools that were meant to save us are now, for a lot of people, causing problems. And that really leaves us with a final thought. Maybe the question we should be asking ourselves isn't whether fat is good or bad. Maybe the real question is this: knowing how this brilliant ancient system actually works, how can we live our lives in a way that works with our biochemistry instead of constantly fighting against it?